The government says it will move to the Court of Appeal to overturn the decision of the High Court, which declared the new university funding model unconstitutional. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos says the government has instructed a team of lawyers to appeal the ruling by Justice Chacha Mwita, which the CS says will have adverse effects on university students and institutions unable to undertake their operations due to financial constraints. Ayub Abdikadir reports on a model touted as the answer to varsity funding challenges, and which will, like other Kenya Kwanza pet projects, run into headwinds.
From the onset, its conception and planned rollout was met with opposition from students, parents and stakeholders, who saw the model as discriminatory for locking out a large number of learners. Friday's court decision has all but confirmed that opposition and the government is scrambling to assemble a team of lawyers to appeal the court's decision. Education CS Julius Ogamba Migos stating that the government has started the process. The CS defending the now unconstitutional model, saying it was subjected to adequate public participation, starting with the onset of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms. Further, the CS says the model is non-discriminatory, adding absence of the model will disadvantage more than 60% of learners, saying that the government can only support 38% of learners. The ruling follows petitions by the Kenya Human Rights Commission, the Elimu Bora Working Group, Boaz Waruku and the Students' Caucuses, challenging the model. Justice Chacha Mwita ruled that the funding model is unconstitutional, in his ruling stating that it lacked legal foundation and violated the Constitution in failing to conduct public participation. The ruling now bars the Education CS and the Higher Education Loans Board from proceeding with its implementation. Before the ruling, the government had disbursed 2.8 billion Kenya shillings of the required 3 billion Kenya shillings in scholarships for learners, despite opposition by stakeholders. According to the Ministry of Education, 5 billion Kenya shillings was disbursed out of the budgeted 16 billion Kenya shillings meant for the semester.
It has ceased to exist. It cannot be implemented. So, for the students who had already received funding under this model, I think the funding will stand.
With the model held by President William Ruto as the remedy to perennial university challenges dealt a blow, education experts hold it introduced a class structure among learners.
Government may decide to improve on the existing model of funding, which is called differentiated unit costing. Secondly, the university can come up with a new funding proposal which will be subjected to the public for public participation, which must comply to the dictates of the Constitution and ensure that the rights to education under the Constitution are adhered to.
And while the ruling came as a reprieve for parents who decried the banding criteria due to financial inability, for students who are sponsored under the program, they now face an uncertain future as the government gears up for an appeal. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV.